Alrighty, welcome back to Final Fantathon, our quest to casually let's play every mainline Final Fantasy game, plus some bonuses. I am so happy to be here with you today. I've had an interesting couple of days, but it's great to be here. My ear is not better yet. I still can't hear out of it, but at least pain-wise, it's better, so, you know, I'm able to actually function today, which is an excellent thing. Luckily, none of these mini games involve me having to hear, to the right or left, because I would have no idea what's going on. I mean, I can barely, I can hear out of my right ear, but it's probably at half the volume of my left ear, and it also sounds like it's down a tunnel. So, but you know, the ear is, for the most part, better. We are going to drive around and try to find another cave, because I feel like that's what I'm missing. I feel like I'm missing a cave somewhere. So I'm just going to drive around for a bit and look for a cave, and if I can't find one, then I'm going to go ahead and ask chat if there is one before moving on. But I'm just going to drive around for a little bit and see if I can find maybe a cave that I missed. And while I do that, I have some things to talk about. So, first of all, yesterday I had an interesting adventure. Thursdays are supposed to be my day that I work on YouTube videos and all the behind the scenes stuff for relive and everything. So, I got up with the plan of doing that, and of course, my ear was still bothering me, so that was the start of my morning was, oh great, this is still a problem. And then my two sons, my oldest son was sick, but not really, he had his stomach just didn't feel good, so he didn't feel good all day. My youngest son threw the ultimate Super Saiyan next level tantrum, and we thought that it was he may have gotten an ear infection like mine. We're something has to be wrong, because there's he doesn't usually do this. So we're okay, we need to bring him to the doctor just to make sure he's okay, right? So I call my doctor, and usually the kids doctor, give or take 3 minutes, and I'm on the phone with them, okay? At the most, it's 3 minutes. And it's Thursday at 8:30 in the morning. They had me on hold for an hour. I don't know how, I don't know what happened. An hour I wait. For a day, for a that day appointment. Because my son is losing his mind. I wait an hour. I think that there's something wrong with their hold system. 30 minutes in, I'm there's gotta be something wrong with the hold system. They screwed something up, right? So I call a different branch, and I'm hey, I'm trying to get a hold of this branch, but I think their phone system might be broken. She doesn't even listen to what I say. There was no... Ooh. I don't think we did this one. There was literally no... She must have heard the name of the branch, and that's it. And then she just tuned me out. Because as soon as I was done talking, she just transferred me to that branch and put me on the same hold line. Nothing I said transmitted into her eardrums. She just, oh, that branch, okay. Push a button. So now I'm furious with that. So then my mom is at my house because she watches the kids on Thursdays. How do I fly again? Isn't it? Oh, we're right. Gotta be in the forest. There we go. So my mom says, okay, why don't you just drive down there and see what's going on? I'm like, okay, but we need someone else at the house to watch the boys. So then we're like, okay, let's call Grandma, my mom's mom. And we call her house, nothing. And my mom's like, I know she's home. Call the house again, nothing. Call the house again, nothing. Call the cell, nothing. Call the cell again, nothing. Now my mom's freaking out because she's like, where's Grandma? What's going on? So she calls the neighbor and she's like, hey, can you go check on your neighbor? So she goes over there, doesn't see anything. And she's like, I hate to ask you this, but can you go to the back and like check through the bedroom window? Just make sure she's not like in bed. So now my neighbor is like sneaking around my grandma's house, looking through the windows. Doesn't see anything. So we're like, okay, she didn't fall out of bed or something. That's a good sign, right? But we still don't know where she is. So now I'm like, I'm sitting on hold for 45 minutes on the thing, trying to deal with both kids being sick, all this stuff. Then the neighbor calls and she's like, all right, I did some detective work. I'm like, all right. All right, what's your detective work there? And she goes, well, I see some car tracks leaving the house, but I don't see any car tracks approaching the house. So using my expert deduction skills, I have concluded that she has probably left the house. And we're like, okay, thanks. So hang up with the neighbor. As we're hanging up with the neighbor, the freaking hospital finally picks up the freaking phone after an hour. So now I'm like, I have one phone in my hand and I hear the phone that's been sitting on the table for an hour. I hear some like, hey, welcome to the hospital. I'm like, oh crap. I like put that down, pick this up. Hey, don't hang up. I need an appointment. And she goes, we don't have an appointment, but this other branch does. I'm like, I should have just called the other branch. It took you an hour to tell me you didn't have an appointment. I could have just called the other branch. It would have taken 10 minutes. So I take my son to that appointment. He's fine. Doctor checks him. He's fine. Get home. My mom is like, we found Grandma. She was at her bowling meet. She just left early and she wasn't checking her cell phone. And now I'm very mad at her. And I'm like, okay. So that's all before like noon yesterday. And like the day kept going on, but man, that morning was just insane. I couldn't believe it. So the rest of that day was pretty all right. There was some other stuff that came up, but it was pretty all right. Then I wake up this morning and I'm like, all right, Fantathon day. I'm so excited. My ear's not better yet, but I have energy again. I'm not like, I can function now. I'm excited. Finale of Final Fantasy IX. Here we go. I walk outside. My car is not a car anymore. It is an icicle. Now, when I say that, I don't mean like it was covered in ice. I mean, it's an icicle. There's no part of this car you can touch that is not covered in ice. And this ice is so thick. This is what it did to my ice. Look. It's supposed to go. It broke. This morning, I'm trying to get the ice off my car. It breaks my ice brush. That's how it was. I couldn't believe it. So, luckily, I had already cleared off the one side of my car. I was clearing off the other side and it snapped. So now I'm like, okay, I got both kids in the car. I got to get them to Grandma's house. So I'm gonna have to plan a route from my house to my mother-in-law's house that doesn't use the right side of my car because I cannot see out of the right side of my car. So I plan a route that only has straight drives and then lights. There's no turns where I have to look both ways. So I get all the way there, drop them off, then I have to make another trip back without using the right side of my car. Yeah, I basically NASCAR'd it, only left turns. So I plan the route home, and on the way home, I realize it's kind of just a cool like science thing you'd probably never know. Did you know that if you leave the right side of your car completely frozen and you drive, the headlights from the cars behind you will reflect off of your rearview mirror and melt a small piece of the right side of your car? I had like a little hole, everything was ice, but there was a little hole I could see through because the headlights of the cars behind me reflected off my rearview mirror, my right side rearview mirror, and it made a little circle. And I was like, you would never know that because no one would ever drive a car like this. So, fun fact of the day for everyone. Okay, but wait, this story gets even better, okay? Because yesterday, you know how everything in the world was going on? Well, guess what? Also, my AC guys finally came to fix the AC because they have been trying to come for 2 months. And every week they call and go, it's snowing, or oh, it's raining, or whatever, we can't do it. For 2 months, it's been pushed back. Yesterday, there was finally no weather. So they came in the morning. So that was another thing we were trying to balance while doing all that, while my grandma was missing and both my kids were sick in the hospital, right? But because they came yesterday, they took up the driveway. So my wife, who normally parks in the garage, parked outside. And we forgot to pull her car back into the driveway, into the garage once they left. So her car also got hit by the ice, which normally it would not have, right? So she had to go out there this morning and un-ice her car, okay? So when I get home, I have a call from my wife and a voicemail from my wife. And I'm like, oh no, what went wrong? She didn't crash on the way to work, did she? But then I look at the timestamp and it's at 6:39, which is before she even left the house. So I'm like, what was she calling me about before she even left the house? Now let's see if you can hear that. I don't know if you can hear this. This is the voicemail from my wife at 6:39 this morning. Did you catch what that was? That's my wife scraping off her car. And that's it. That's all it is. So either A, she accidentally butt dialed me as she was scraping her car, or B, she called me, started a voicemail, and then started scraping her car just to be like, this sucks and you're gonna appreciate it. And I'm not sure which one it is. I still don't have I still don't have confirmation on which one it is. So I might be getting a call later. But I can't tell you how confused I was getting home today, and I'm like, I have a voicemail from my wife, and then just hearing that, and that's it. Like, what is this voicemail? So yeah, that was my morning. Hope you guys had a good morning. How did I miss? I did not miss. Did I already do this one? It doesn't look broken though. It looks, but doesn't it look like it's not broken? Like, look at it. It looks like a... That's dumb. Ah, man. So, yeah. What an interesting adventure. Interesting time. Oh my god. My wife is now Shiva. Alright, we gotta keep looking for walls. Dude, this week was so nuts. Week was pretty cool on stream too. We almost finished the Skyrim Platinum, and we started playing Horizon, which is really fun. And what else? Yeah, we're almost done with it. We only got a little bit of grinding left. Like really just a little bit of grinding left. We've done everything else. We have like 2 trophies, and they're both on their way to being done. And then we started Horizon, which was fun, and then Elden Ring came out yesterday, but I'm waiting to play Elden Ring until after Stranger of Paradise, because Stranger of Paradise comes out in 2 weeks, I think. So I'm gonna play that first, and then play Elden Ring later, probably when it's on sale. And once I'm done with Horizon as well. Horizon, Elden Ring, and Stranger of Paradise are all coming out within a few weeks of each other, and I had to decide which ones I was going to play first, and I decided to wait on Elden Ring because I wanted to finish up the Demon Souls Platinum anyways before I played Elden Ring. And Elden Ring came out in the middle of the 2, or the middle of the 3, so I just figured, alright, we'll wait on that one, we'll do Horizon, we'll do Stranger when it comes out, then we'll play Elden Ring later. But everyone seems to be really enjoying Elden Ring. I knew they would, I mean, it was pretty much going to be a certified banger. The only thing I was worried about was, like, the open world aspect of it. Because the whole thing with Dark Souls is, like, the level design is what makes it so great. And having it be open world kind of takes that away. But then someone told me that, like, the whole idea of Elden Ring is that it's open world, but then it still has dungeons that are basically the original Dark Souls formula. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm in. Okay, this might be new. This might be new. Didn't I say I wanted to try to find one on the ice continent because the other two gardens or forests or whatever you want to call them were on the other 2 continents, so I was hoping the last one might be on the ice continent. And this is on the ice continent, so we'll see. I don't have any interest in the Pixel remasters at the moment. I think it's cool that they exist, and I'm glad that some people are enjoying them, but I'm not into them. At least not at the moment. I don't like the way... Well, I don't like a lot of things about them, but... They're definitely good for someone that just wants to experience the series without having to play a bunch of retro consoles. Crap. I guess this one I did too. How can you tell if they're open? Because this looks closed to me. I don't like that they conned everyone into buying them before they were all released. I don't like that they're not on console. I don't like some of the changes they made. I think in general, a lot of it looks very discount Final Fantasy. The music's fantastic, though. Might be checking out just the soundtracks. Alright, I feel like it's gotta be on this continent then. This is the only continent I have not found. Well, I think I did find one. This is the continent that has the Chocobo Paradise on it. But it's over here or whatever. Thank you guys so much for all the support, by the way. Owls, thank you for the 26. Quantum, thank you for the 43. Congrats on getting the AC fixed just in time for the coldest days of the year, yeah. RDP, thank you for the 14. And Miguel, thank you for the 4 months. Yeah, one of the reasons why we waited so long is because, like, we don't need it right now, obviously, so... They didn't... Whenever they said, like, hey, the weather's bad, I was just like, yeah, come by next week. Because it's not like we're in a rush to fix it. But then, of course, the day that everything goes down, they're like, hey, weather's fine, we're coming. Yeah, I mean, I've talked it to death already, so I'm not really going to say much more, but basically I'm just frustrated that they have not ported the games yet after we've asked for years and years and years, and they just keep giving us stuff that's not that. And saying, what about this? No. What about this? Well, what about this? What about this, like... I'm almost wondering if, like, the dead pepper can open something else, too, or something. Forced. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty stumped on this. I don't really want to search forever. It's hard to tell what is potentially a new area and what's just old Chocograph spots. Yeah, not only that, but it wasn't even Square Enix's idea, it was another company's idea. And they were just like, fine, do it. So it just doesn't feel right. Nothing about them feels right. But having said that, if you enjoyed them or just want to play the games again, they're fine. I'm definitely not a fan. Not a fan of how they're treating the series, you know. Their most important series that literally saved their company. They just have some third-party company, like, make crappy, quote-unquote, remasters. It's just not right. Just give us what we want. Just give us an official Final Fantasy collection, which they talked about doing a long time ago and then never did. They said they tweeted that picture of, like, the Final Fantasy 1 through 15 collection, and then never heard anything about it again. I think they tweeted. No, I don't think they tweeted it, but it was like, it was a picture going around. 30th anniversary. I don't really know how they're appreciating the legacy. Another company said, we want to make a pixel remaster, and they said, okay. That's pretty much all they've done. And they made the Final Fantasy VII remake, which they did for money. So, not that I didn't appreciate it, but that was definitely the money play. Well, yeah, they've definitely upgraded from let's make 3 sequels or 2 sequels of Final Fantasy 13 for some reason. I will agree with that. Definitely an upgrade from that, Square Enix. Let's make an MMO and name it Final Fantasy 11, and then let's make 2 sequels to Final Fantasy 13. Having said that, 13.2 is actually pretty good, but that's beside the point. How's it going, Wit? Yeah, no, I don't think they've ever done a good job of appreciating the legacy of Final Fantasy VII, or Final Fantasy in general. They consistently like do nothing for the anniversaries. They always like hype it up and then do nothing. There was that Final Fantasy VII anniversary where they were like, here's a wallpaper and a fork. Thanks for nothing. What is this island? It's not even on the map. A sea stern. What's the worst Final Fantasy in your opinion? Like, bias or unbiased? Bias, Final Fantasy 15 by a long shot. Unbiased? There's nothing here. Honestly, the first thing I thought to say is 3, but the problem with saying 3 is that it was way better in Japan. So I feel like it's unfair to say 3. But I mean, I guess if we're going like completely unbiased, maybe Final Fantasy 1. Like just going off like, you know, the video game and not our opinions of the series or the legacy, because Final Fantasy 1 is horribly broken. Just really horribly broken. And has almost no story. It's enjoyable because it's the first Final Fantasy and it's the first look at a lot of the enemies, and it's like, back then it was such an amazing adventure that didn't exist at the time, and like there's a lot to love about it. But if you're just putting all the games side by side and going which one's the worst, Final Fantasy 1 is kind of bad. Kind of bad. The difficulty curve is also pretty horrendous in that game. But see, that's the thing, like, 1 is still so much fun. I love playing 1. I could play 1 any day. I really enjoy playing it. It's just, like, simple enough to where you know where you're going and you can just level up and, I don't know, it's just fun. So I'm hard-pressed to say 1's the worst, because it's fun. 3 is probably the one I had the least fun with. But again, it was much better in Japan, and the class system in that game was like innovative and cool. So like it had stuff going for it. 2 was basically one with a story, so I don't know. Alright, I think I might be throwing in the towel here. Just because I don't want to spend all day looking for a cave that doesn't exist. So, could you guys help me out and let me know if there is a cave I'm missing? Like an actual, like a Chocobo Dead Pepper Cave. Is there one I'm missing, or did I get them all? Wait, what? It's over there. This? That? This? That's a cave? Wow, I would have never found that. The only reason I was like kinda curious about this is that it's a forest in an entire mountained area, so like you would need to like land here on the Chocobo. So that was the only thing that I was like, maybe this is something. But I would have never thought that was a wall you could break. It's like one little gash. It doesn't have like the whole giant broken thing that's normally there. Wow, lame. Bad game. Final Fantasy IX, worst game in the series. I saw so many comments of people talking about the ocean chocograph. Everyone was like, oh no, not this. See, I dug up a lot of PTSD with that one. Land. Oh yeah, the other thing we wanted to do was try to find that shadow again with the gold chocobo and see what happens. So I gotta keep on the lookout for that shadow. Bleep, 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 bloop, bleep, 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 bloop, bleep, bloop, 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 bleep, bloop, 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 bleep, 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 bloop, bleep, 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 bloop, bleep, bloop, 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 bloop. I can't believe this is a wall. Maiden Prayer. Dragon's Hair. Gauntlets. Odin card. But it's not even what I need! The Divider of Heaven. Well, that's a thing. Holy moly. Why did it give me gauntlets? Gauntlets are like terrible. A maiden prayer too. I wonder what concentrate does. Alright, well that didn't answer my question. Because that's still not the last chocographs. I may need to locate the shadow. But good luck with that. Holy cow. Could be anywhere. And the mist definitely doesn't help. Okay, so Backseaters unite. Are there any other caves? Do you know? Has anyone been following? Are there any other dead pepper caves? No? Okay. Good. I will stop looking then. Stop wasting our time. Alright. So now let's look with the airship. Try to find that shadow. I'm lucky that I found the shadow to begin with. Like, I just happened to be walking around and I saw it. Otherwise, I would never have known to look for a random shadow on the map. Yeah, I kind of hate this map theme, not gonna lie. Like, I like how grim it is, but it would have been nice if it only played at, like, one part of the game, and then you just got the regular world map theme after that. This game does the same thing that 7 does, where, like, once you get to a certain part, it just plays the grim theme forever. And it has one of the best world map themes of all time. Like, use it. I want the good one. Yo, Astro, thank you so much for the 17, and Miguel, thank you for the 4. I think I already thanked you for the 4, but thanks again. See it on this continent. It's in the middle somewhere. God, I like cannot see. It's so hard to see. This might take a minute. Alright, let's go to another continent. I'm trying to remember what continent I saw it on before. I'd have to imagine it can probably appear anywhere, but maybe it's only on a certain continent. Dude, what if it was on like one of these little tiny rocks? hiding behind one of these mountains. How sneaky can it be? Is this my shadow? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I've visited everything I've found at this point. Aha! Found it. I think... I want to say this is the same spot it was in before. Yeah, I went to the island that's not shown on the map. Elusive shadow. Yo, Holly, thank you so much for the 18. Yo, Meggie, with the Wolfpack raid. How's it going, my man? Oh crap, I gotta find a forest. Alright. Maybe I have to already be flying? Yeah, the joke about flying is great. Holy crap, you can go so high. Wait, I can use a dead pepper in the air? That's a thing? Okay. Nice. Alright. We got it. What's weird is there's only like 2 chocographs here, I think. I only have like 2 left. Oh no, my wife texted me. Yeah, that's why I called you. I was trying to tell you to go out and start the car. But but your voicemail. Wait. Is that why her voicemail was her just scraping ice? Was that her way of telling me go start the car? Like she was trying to like 5-head message me? Is that why your voicemail was scraping ice? If that's actually why she sent me that voicemail, my wife is like the most 5-head person on the planet. That's honestly the best voicemail I've ever received. She basically sent me a text saying car cleaning noises, but instead of a text, it was an actual voicemail. That's so funny. Advent, thank you so much for the 42 months. And Violet, thank you for the bits. And Siri, thank you for the bits. Do you notice, Kupo? This island is floating on clouds. The location of island might change when you go back down, so check its location on the map by pressing oh, now we know where it is. Ground is pretty firm. What strange place, Kupo? You're the strange one, Mean. Yeah, so I only have, 3 left. So there's only 3 here. Dude, you don't understand. My wife's humor is on another level. She's surpassed all of our humor. Holy crap, okay. First try Chocograph, easy. Do I have to actually, like... No. Okay, this one doesn't exist. That's unfortunate. They forgot to put it on the map. Hate to see that. Wait, is there more over here? No. Oh, they forgot to put this one on the map. That sucks. What? Okay. Dude. The last 2 weeks. What? Are you kidding me? Dude. What is going on? I'm a Chocobo hot and cold master. Unbelievable. The last 2 weeks have basically just been us playing Chocobo hot and cold, and yet it's been the most entertaining 2 weeks. Dude, this is the easiest thing ever. It's free. Free Chocographs. I mean, this one's obviously much easier. There's not much ground, but still. That was pretty incredible. Also, the speed at which this Chocobo digs now is pretty insane. Oh, dead pepper. Holy cow, those points. Big money points. So I should still have one more, right? Yeah. Now we're playing with power. Yeah, oh my god. There's just not much ground, so you get anywhere close, you end up getting it pretty fast. Well, if you want points, this is definitely the place to get them. This Chocobo is a jackhammer. Tell all the the road crews. They don't need jackhammers anymore. Just go out there on chocobos. There it is. We are winner. Alright, time to see how stupid these last chocographs are. Sugar said he already dug up all the chocographs here. Kupo, maybe you can go to some other locations by using dead pepper. I think he's talking about the paradise. How do I leave? You know.